All right, what's going on, guys? Good morning. It is stage number 4 results. Well, most of them. The vehicles are still out on stage, some of them at least, the SSV category, and I gotta say, that is heating up. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. I've been letting it go a little bit deeper just to see if we could get some of those cars in. They're getting really, really close to the finish line. It is going to be a race to watch because, well, there's some big news coming. So let's jump right into the results and we'll get going on this one. While I'm pulling that up, man, it has been a tough go for Mason Klein over the past few days or the past stages. Today was no exception for that. But today was the day that he showed that the Cove had pace, trading spots, trading the top spot with Daniel Sanders, Tasha Sharena, all of those guys. So very well done on him, except it sounds like he may be having trouble with his eye. That cost him in the later part of the stage. So very sad to see that. We're hoping for a clean run for him. Hopefully we could get better and be back at it for tomorrow. So second stage, or it's going to be the second day of the marathon stage. If you guys watched the stage preview, you already know what the marathon stage is. If you didn't, super simple. Everybody races out to a sequestered bivouac. It's private. Nobody is there other than organization. The racers will all meet up there. It'll be amongst themselves. No team support. And then they turn around and come back or race to their team. So the team's currently sitting in Hail, waiting for them to arrive tomorrow. Right now, it is currently 6:30 in the morning here on the Pacific Coast, which means it is 5:30 in the evening over in Saudi. So expecting to see the vehicles wrap up and everything getting done. But with that being said, all right, let's talk results. Graphic is up on the screen through stage 4 now. Your winner raking in another one, Daniel Sanders, finishing with a time of 5 hours, 10 minutes, and 33 seconds. Tasha Sharena in the number 2 spot on that Monster Energy Honda, finishing 5:10.48 for him, just 15 seconds off of Sanders' time. So very, very close there. And then Nacho Cornejo, talking about number 3 on the stage, 5:18.22 for him. He finished 7 minutes and 49 seconds back. So very well done there. Pretty tight. It seemed like it was a fairly fast stage. These guys running about 5 hours. I believe the Ultimate cars were just a touch faster on the stage, but the ASO is working on doing different stages or separating the stages a little bit. So I think there could be, it's tough to say, hey, they had a comparable time when their kilometers that they have to run could be more or could be less. So, all right, so let's run down the top 10 on the stage really quick. Adrian Van Beveren in the number 4 spot, Monster Energy Honda, finishing 5 hours, 18 minutes, 41 seconds, going to be 8:08 back. And then Rui Gonçalves in the number 5 spot, Sherco Rally Factory, 5:19.28 for him. Tobias Epster finishing 6th on the stage. He's in the Rally 2 category. BAS World KTM Racing Team, 5 hours, 20 minutes, and 47 seconds. Not bad, 10 minutes back. Bradley Cox, BAS World KTM Racing Team in 7th. Another 5:21.28. He's finishing 10:55 back. Luciano Santolino, yesterday's stage winner on the Sherco Rally Factory bike, 5 hours, 23 minutes, finishing 12:27 back. He did get to partake in about 3 minutes and 52 seconds of bonus time. So that's a nice little bonus there, but it did, he did ultimately suffer for opening the stage and ended up coming a little bit further back. So after that, we have none other than Pablo Quintanilla on the Monster Energy Honda on that number 9 spot, 5 hours, 23 minutes, and 11 seconds for him. He's going to be 12:38 back. And then in the number 10 spot, Stefan Svitko, Slanoff Rally GP class. GP class. Ooh, coffee hasn't kicked in yet. Finishing up 5:26.49 for him, 16:16. And then that is 5:26.15. So a little bit of a confusion there. Very nice to see some of these guys up in the top spots in the Rally 2 category. So finishing top 15, you've got Edgar Canet, the newcomer, 19-year-old on the Red Bull Factory Racing bike, running in Rally 2, finishing 16 minutes out of the lead. And then the next guy, Niels Therick, in the number 14 spot, also in Rally 2, Cove Factory Racing, 5 hours, 30 minutes. For him, dead even, 19:27. So hanging out in 3rd place, not bad at all. So very well done for these guys on the overall stage side of things. There will be a shakeup, I know for sure, when it comes to the overall standings. So We'll talk a little bit about that right now. Graphic is up on the screen. So Ross Branch now, welcome to the party. Currently sits third overall. Daniel Sanders holds on to the lead. He's going to be 13 minutes ahead of the second place bike. That is going to be Tasha Sharena on that Monster Energy Honda bike. So very well done there. A little bit of breathing room for Daniel Sanders. This could be a year for him. So we'll see. He's up to now 4 stage wins for the 2025 event. Tasha Sharena in the number 2 spot. He's got 13:26 back. And then you've got Ross Branch picking up some bonus time throughout the event already. But sitting on a 2-minute penalty. Anyway, all said and done, he's going to be 26 minutes back as it sits right now in the overall results. Now, this is all provisional. Just super quick disclaimer on this kind of stuff is that based on the time of day, how long it's been since they finished, protests are being filed, all of that kind of stuff goes into the queue, and then it has to get resolved. So right now, all of these results are going to be provisional. And as I mentioned in some of the previous shows, it could be a day later and I'm still getting alerts from the org saying that updates are still pending or updates have been made, that kind of thing. So it does take a while to get through this. And man, as soon as you get even further and deeper into this, it could be even longer. So we did talk about it a little bit yesterday. I have a feeling they're probably working on a few protests regarding the road book, the electronic road book unit. So we'll see how that pans out. We'll try and get the scoop on that. But I got a feeling that's going to be a hot topic here shortly. Anyway, so that is your top 3 overall. And again, provisional, that is through stage 4. Skylar House and Ricky Brabeck not too far behind, just for an FYI there. In the 4th place, Skylar House going to be 27 minutes off the lead, but that only puts him less than a minute off the 3rd place. So Ross Branch in jeopardy there. He's in the hot seat for 3rd place there. Ricky Brabeck in the number 5 spot. He is going to be 29 minutes out of the lead. So we're looking at about another 2 minutes there. So he's about 3 minutes out of that 3rd place. So 3rd place right now in the overall results is going to be the contended spot so far. Another tough stage, another win for Daniel Sanders, which means he's leading out tomorrow. So it could be part of that Dakar swing, but he's sitting pretty good with a 13-minute cushion. So again, provisional results overall at the moment. Let's jump over to the cars. Let's see what is going on with these guys. Let's see here. Moving on over. All right. So you have the graphic up on the screen. Al Rajid from Saudi Arabia, 4 hours, 26 minutes, and 40 seconds for him in the ultimate class. And then Ladgman finishing up in the number 2 spot, 4 hours, 31 seconds, 4 hours, 31 minutes, and 31 seconds, finishing 4:51 back. A lot of 4s in that one and 1s. All right, so then we have Jacopini from Argentina. He is going to be finishing up 3rd, 4:37.25 for him and 10:45 back. So a little bit of a spread there, not too bad. Let's take a look at the top 10 from there. Again, this is the stage results for the vehicles in general. Then we got in the number 4 spot, we got Prokop from the Czechoslovakia Orlan Jibokar team. 4:37.35. He's finishing 10:55 back. So he's just 10 seconds off of that 3rd place spot. Krotov in the number 5 spot, X-Raid Mini JCW team, 4:39.57 for him, 13:17 back. Sarah Dory in the number 6 spot, Century Racing Factory team, 4:40 and 41 seconds, 14 back. Mitch Guthrie from the U.S. is going to be in that Ford M Sport, and that is, but no stranger to Dakar, Kellen Walsh navigating for him, finishing 4:42 back. Or 4 hours, 42 minutes, and he is 15:20 back, picking up a 5-minute penalty. So that would have put him in 4th place. A little bit of a slide there. All right, number 8 spot, Gastaldi in that Century Racing vehicle is 4:42.17 for him, 15:37. Ekstrom in the number 9 spot, Ford M Sport, 4:43.37, 16:57 back for him. And then it is going to be, for rounding out the top 10, Baragawanath, Century Racing Factory team, 4:43.51. He's going to be 17 minutes out of the lead for stage number 4. So very well done for these guys. Let's take a closer look on down the line and see where everybody is sitting. I don't see Quintero quite yet on the standings. Brock Hager and Max Eddy. Let's take a look at SSV categories. These guys are still working their way to the finish line. So let's take a look at what the latest rankings are before we get any further. Let's see here. So the Dakar, if you guys are wondering why I'm looking down, I'm actually navigating on the Dakar website. As mentioned before, when you get to the Dakar website, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to be looking for the little button or the little link that says live at the very bottom of it. So that is where you will find what we are looking at. Shows you all the standings, shows you the map, shows all of that stuff. Once the vehicles are underway, you can track them and see where the riders are going. And of course, you can always see the split times and things like that, as well as a little bit of a grab or a little bit of a stage breakdown. So with that being said, as it sits right now at 6:34 in the morning here on the Pacific Coast, Sarah Price and Sean Berryman, your stage leaders thus far through kilometer 383. So not bad at all. We've got Lopez Contardo on the Can-Am factory team as well. He is going to be sitting about 2 minutes behind. Then Brock Hager and Max Eddy, Sebastian Loeb Racing in that Polaris Razor. We're looking at 332 back. He is currently sitting third. So that is your top three right now through kilometer 383 for these guys. So very well done. Brock Hager picking up also, forgot to mention this one, Brock Hager picking up the win for stage number 2 of the 48-hour chrono. So very well done to him for that one. I think we've got a race. I think it's going to be a interesting one. We got to see how this one shakes up, because right now standings as far as overall goes, before they started this, I'll put the graphic up on the screen. We've had Xavier Desaultres out front, 20 hours, 48 minutes, and 16 seconds for him. And then you've got Brock Hager and Max Eddy finishing 5 minutes and 39 seconds, or 5 minutes and 39 seconds behind. So not a lot of room to breathe for Xavier, especially with this stage getting wrapped up here shortly. We're waiting to see where Xavier Desaultres finishes. Max is going to need that 5 minutes, or Brock Hager and Max Eddy are going to need those 5 minutes on him to at least even it up, and then maybe even get a little bit of a lead. And in this case, so far, I will say Brock Hager is not showing any penalty time, but yet Xavier Desaultres already on 3 minutes of it. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But in the game of rally, that could be the difference in this case for leading the 2025 Dakar Rally. So we'll see how that shakes down. Pinto in the number 3 spot overall, and this is the results through stage 3. They have now officially marked them official. So through stage 3, in the overall for the SSV category, that is your leaderboard. Xavier Desaultres 1, Brock Hager 2, and A. Pinto 3 with a 1 hour gap there. So a lot of room to breathe for the top 2. We'll see if anybody cracks that in the category a little bit later in the race. So let's take a look down. We'll look at the Challenger class really quick. I'm going to go back. Let's see here. Standings through 3. We're going to go to stage number 4. Don't expect it to be populated yet. So let's just run through really, really quick. See how these guys are getting on here. Let's see. Kilometer 383 for them. Cavaglacio is going to be in the number 1 spot, Team BBR. And then it is Leverton in that number 2 spot, Red Bull Off-Road Junior Team, USA by BFG. So he is just 4 minutes back on the stage. So little ways to go, not a whole lot left. Could be some penalties. You never know. It's always at the very end where you're going to find out about it. So hopefully they're doing good there. Al Khoury in the number 3 spot, part of the Nasser Racing team. He is going to be 4 minutes and 19 seconds back. So not a lot of room for Leverton there, with navigated by Tay Perry. Not too much room to breathe. It looks like on the clock it's about 17 seconds. So got to stay solid all the way to the end. So that is a wrap. We're going to call it there for the stage results for stage number 4, as some of the stuff is still coming in. So we'll keep an eye on it tonight. If you guys see anything major, drop it in the comments below and let's talk about it. So provisional results, don't forget, provisional results mean it's still under investigation. We don't know. There could be a protest in there. There could be time back for medical. There could be penalties. There could be, I don't know, tablet froze and, maybe they get some time back. Who knows? So a lot of racing to go. Officially now, we're going to be a third of the way through for this one after stage 4. They are going to be racing back tomorrow for stage 5, which is the second half of the marathon stage. They'll be racing back to their teams. With that being said, guys, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, do all of that fun stuff. If you're listening on Spotify podcasts, you can drop a comment as well. If you're listening on any of the other podcast platforms, feel free to send us a message directly to @ChasingWaypoints on Instagram, and we'll be happy to answer the questions, look for additional information, and see where it goes. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, and remember, It'll make sense when you get there. Enjoy the ride.